Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a video I've been working on for a while. I had a lot of requests to do something similar. So here we go. Harsh realities of life after 60. First of all, no one is coming to save you. And also, no one cares about your past career, the thing that defined your entire life for many, many years. Don't bore your friends and your family with your stories about work. I know it was entertaining back maybe when you were working, but now you're not. You're retired. Those days are over, so let it go. Um, you're going to regret not being more present in the lives of the people you love. How many hours of time did you waste watching TV when you could have spent it with your children? Just think about it. Your favorite show was on. Your kids go to bed, be quiet, watch a football game. Next thing you know, they're all grown up and gone, and you wish you had those days back. And speaking of days, your remaining days are priceless. The average American, I looked this up, an average American male lives to be 76 years and change. So you probably, if you're my age, you probably spent 90% of your days already. Think about it, you spent 90% of your days already. Don't waste the time you have left. You know, the common words of men on their deathbeds, and I've seen this in quotes time and time again of guys that died. The last thing that they said, I think Patrick Swayze said it. I thought I had more time. They just thought they had more time. They didn't realize that they were going to die so young. Um, and after a while, you just got to quit giving a fuck what other people think. It'll give you a real sense of freedom. Do what you want to do, say what you want to say, be who you are, and let the chips fall where they may. If people don't like it, too bad. But don't pretend to be something you're not. Driving at night. I got a car now, and I'm on the borderline. I'm 69 years old, be 70 next year. And driving at night, it's getting harder and harder. And I've still got, fairly good vision. I don't wear, these are just reading glasses. But here in the Philippines, especially, people are walking around on the roads at night with no bright clothes on. They walk across the road in front of cars. They drive motorbikes and scooters and tricycles with no lights on them at all on dark roads. And you really have to be on top of your game to drive over here. And driving at night just makes it even more and more difficult. So my wife is taking driving lessons next month, and so hopefully she'll be able to take over the night driving, and I can just relax. But don't wait until you have an accident to decide to give up driving at night. I mean, there's a time to stop, and stop early. Same thing with motorcycles. I gave that up last December, and I miss it a little bit, but it was just it was the right thing to do. It was time to give it up before something bad happened. I see so many guys have bad motorcycle wrecks over here, and they should have given up driving motorcycles, years ago. Um, Something else I see a lot, stop earning money and start spending it. It's your money, especially if you don't have any dependents. I mean, do you really want to die with piles of money in the bank and then let the court decide who gets what? They're going to divvy up your hard-earned assets among a greedy bunch of vultures who haven't even spoken to you in decades. And face it, half of them, you don't like them anyway. And they're going to, all this hard work you did, the hours you gave up, you could have been out playing golf or hiking or doing whatever, taking a vacation. Instead, you slaved away, you worked hard, you made more money, and you're going to die, and it's all going to go to people you don't even care about. And they're going to have a great time doing the same things that you could have done if you had just spent the money on yourself. So, be a little bit selfish. And if you're going to, splurge, buy yourself that sports car you've always wanted. Take that first class trip to Europe. If something you're thinking about doing, go ahead and do it. And if you're going to give money to someone in your family or a friend or whoever, give it to them while you're alive, so you can see the joy on their face and how you changed their life. But don't wait till you're dead. They find out in the will that they got X amount of dollars that you're leaving to them. And let's face it, your health is going to continue to decline. Every year it's something. You wake up in the middle of the night, and you got this pain, that pain, your feet hurt, your back hurts, whatever. It's just part of life. But you can still do something to, um, still do something to slow it down. You can take care of it. You can lose a little bit of weight. You can eat right. Hopefully you don't smoke. And maybe, you can squeeze a little more life out of those years that you've got left. And inevitably, your circle of friends is going to continue to shrink, especially those you've known for your whole life. It's almost like the Hunger Games for seniors. You look around at your friends and your family, and you think, who's next? Is it me? And you'll catch yourself obsessing about death. I think it's just part of growing older. You're not afraid to be dead. That doesn't bother you being dead. It's the dying part that scares the shit out of you. Um, and especially if you witness friends and family members, with a slow suffering death and they lost their dignity in the hospital and all that. That's what people are afraid of. It's not being dead, it's the dying part. Here's something else. Your family thinks that your cherished possessions are junk. As you know, I recently had a bunch of stuff shipped here from America that I've been holding on to for 5 years. Most of my family back home didn't want any of it. My son, he's 6 months old. He probably won't want any of it when he grows up. My wife likes it though. She likes all the stuff. But you'll find that guys die and their family comes over to the house. It's full of stuff and all the things that they held on to for decades. Nobody really wants it. It meant so much to them, like that antique desk or table, whatever the hell it was, and you think it's something really special, and your kids they don't want it. It doesn't fit into their decor of their houses. And then after a while, the older you get, you're going to find yourself craving sleep more than sex. It's sad to say, but that's the truth. You look in the mirror, you don't even recognize yourself. And of course, your memory. The older you get, even if you don't have Alzheimer's, just part of getting older, your memory starts to go and it trips you up. You forget what day it is. It happens to me all the time. I always forget what day it is. But the bonus is you can watch your favorite TV shows and movies over and over, like you've never seen them before. And then when you're reminiscing about the past, a lot of times you do this when you're depressed. You start thinking about the past and how great it was in the past. And it wasn't. The past was not as great as you remember it. If you're going to be reminiscing about it, try to remember the way it really was. Was it really that great back in the 1970s, the 1980s? It probably wasn't. And so you try and remember the hard times as well as the struggles too. And that'll make you appreciate the time you have now. Appreciate how far you've come and what you've got, what you've achieved. So don't sugarcoat the past. And your life's never going to be the same anyway. The world's changing fast. Relax. It's okay to be left behind. Regrets. You have a few. You're going to get depressed, start beating yourself up over mistakes and missed opportunities. Why did you marry your ex-wife? Why didn't you buy Apple stock at $18 a share? Why didn't you retire sooner? Admit it, the last several years of your life sucked anyways. Treat yourself with respect. If you want others to do the same thing, you got to treat yourself with respect. Treat people with respect, they'll treat you that way. And this is important. It's still possible to find the love of your life in your 60 plus years. But you got to ask yourself, would you date you? If the answer is no, you got a fucking problem. You have some work to do. I mean, I came over here 62, 63 years old and met the love of my life, got married, have a great life now, got a baby and everything. So it is possible. I've proven it can be done. But you got to be the partner that you're searching for. If you want a loving, healthy, fit partner, then get yourself in shape. Cut the negativity. Take responsibility for your problems. Stop blaming others for your failures, especially things that happened years ago. Stop the pity party. Get off your ass and fix your life. It's not too late, even if you're over 60. Because when you blame someone else for your problems, you're handing over your power to them. It's your life. Take control. A meaningful life is not a life without stress. It's a life with meaningful stress. Your eyesight will begin to degrade with age, but your ability to see through people's bullshit will become a superpower. Be careful how you identify yourself. For example, stop saying, I'm too old to do that. You can say, I don't want to do that. I'm not interested in doing that. But don't say you're too old. You're psychologically jinxing yourself. And don't make assumptions about yourself, and don't make assumptions about other people, and don't allow them to make assumptions about you. Whatever you're insecure about, the chances are no one has even noticed. Your big nose, your funny ears, your whatever it is, they probably never even noticed it. And you know why? Because they're too busy being absorbed by their own insecurities. And be comfortable with being disliked. It'll give you a sense of freedom. Um, if you don't feel the same way somebody does about, say, politics, religion, whatever it is, don't be afraid to speak your mind. Tell them the way you feel. If they don't like it, too bad. You know, tell the truth. Be yourself. Don't pretend to be something that you're not. And some people are just not going to like you. It's just going to happen. That's just part of life. So be comfortable with being disliked. Confidence does not come from success. It comes from comfort with living with failure, overcoming difficulties, and the ability to learn from your failures. And for a healthy relationship, love is not enough. A lot of guys just think all they need is to find the love of their life, but there's more to it than that. Honesty and integrity on both parts, on both sides, is the backbone of a successful relationship. If all your past relationships had the same problems, then guess what? You're the fucking problem. You don't have to prove anything to anyone, including yourself. Nothing that it comes easy is usually worth it. Find the difficult things in life that will give you a sense of accomplishment. And it's never too late to change. Let me repeat that. It's never too late to change. And it's okay to forgive your enemies, but never trust them. Never let them back in your life again. People will probably see you as much older than you see yourself. Simple question. If you woke up one day with total amnesia and you looked in the mirror, what age would you guess yourself to be? You can't believe how fast your life has gone by. You sit there and think, wow, you know, you can look back 50 years like it was yesterday. And again, that's just part of being old. But the time is now. You know, if you got a bucket list, act on it. If you got a dream, act on it. Don't waste any more time. And if you're fortunate enough to have love in your life, stop taking that person for granted. You know, recently, I injured my back while I was asleep. I hurt my back while I was asleep. Getting old sucks. Anyway, glad, thank you for watching. Got any comments or things that I forgot to add in there? Put them in the comments here. I read all the comments. Send me an email if you want. You can contact me, markfthornton@yahoo.com. It's in all my videos. Just go to more. If you want to be a guest on my show, shoot me an email, Facebook message. Happy to meet you for coffee, get together for lunch, whatever, and have you as a guest on my show. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye. Okay.